Now, good morning, Northwest. A man shot and killed in a West Spokane apartment. The shooter has not been caught.
Today is going to be a great day to get outdoors, getting things done. Our time outdoors will be getting limited as we get rainy. We're going to talk about when and where. That's coming up.
And the Nashville school shooting, the latest from police and the neighbors who stepped in to help in the heat of the moment. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Good morning, and thanks so much for starting your day with us. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Wednesday, March 29th. Let's check in with Mark in your first alert forecast to start us off this hour.
All right, mild weather really this morning compared to our days past. We have 34 degrees with a clear sky in Coeur d'Alene. We've got variable clouds around Spokane. We're sitting at 36 degrees, not looking too shabby. 4 things you need to know. Going to be sun and clouds today, so yeah, it's going to be a nice day. Wind's going to be less than it was yesterday. High's going to be in the mid-50s all around our area, and the weekend is going to be cool and wet. We'll show you the timing on that coming up. Spokane Valley right now sitting at 32, but look at Liberty Lake at 41, 38 into Post Falls, 36 into Deer Park. Yeah, fairly mild. If you need to see some rain or snow, you don't have to go very far. Just in around the Tri-Cities and just west of the LC Valley, we've got rain and snow into those mid-level elevations, but staying out of our area. It looks like Moses Lake is going to pick up a couple rain showers today. So we'll look at our temperatures climbing up in a fairly organized fashion throughout the day. We're going to see, again, wind less than yesterday and a high of 55.
Breaking news this morning, police looking for the person who shot and killed a man in a West Spokane apartment complex yesterday.
SPD says this shooting was not random. Sydney Charles joins us live at the Breaking Now desk with the very latest. Sydney.
That's right, Derek. Spokane police say they do have a person of interest in this shooting, but they have yet to release a description. It happened right here at the Sisters Haven Apartments yesterday afternoon. The complex is several blocks away from the Spokane Falls Community College. Spokane police patrols, K-9 units, and the Spokane County Sheriff's Office helicopter circled the area yesterday searching for the shooter. Spokane police officer Jacqueline Valencia says when officers arrived at the scene, they found a man dead inside an apartment who'd been shot.
So today at 3 o'clock, police responded to this area, 1900 block of Holy Names Court, for a shooting. Upon entering the residence, they did find a deceased male.
SPD's Major Crimes Unit is still investigating this morning. Catholic Charities owns Sisters Haven Apartments, and they released a statement about this shooting to 4 News Now, saying in part, "We are cooperating with SPD and working to ensure the safety of staff and residents in the area. We have no further comment at this time while we gather more information." This morning, I have reached out to Officer Valencia for some more information. I'll let you know if anything new happens that I learn. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
Well, several organizations are calling for Spokane Police Chief Craig Meidl's resignation, sending a letter accusing Meidl of giving a group of business and commercial property owners preferential treatment.
Now, Chief Meidl is giving 4 News Now his side of the story. Meidl tells us that it is frustrating to see these groups protesting because he's given the same treatment to them. He says the group of business owners came to him because they were fed up with crime downtown. He says he communicated with them about the issues the department was working on in the area and letting them know what tools they need and information about suspects. It's the same treatment, he says, was requested from several other organizations.
I'm not just focused on just this group or that group. I try to be as approachable as I can to any group that we're working with and either try to give them information or try to help them out with the issues that they're experiencing as well. And it's even been with some of the folks that are protesting the very things that I've done with them.
Meidl brought up an example of someone in that group who was arrested. He says he didn't think the circumstances around the arrest were valid, so he asked that the charges be dismissed. At Spokane City Council meeting Monday night, SCAR and other organizations urged the City Council to use its subpoena power to investigate Meidl's use of political power.
Well, this morning, we're hearing from people who stepped in to shelter students and staff following that deadly attack at a Nashville Christian school. Police now saying the shooter was being treated for an emotional disorder and legally bought the guns used to murder 6 people. ABC's Lindsay Watts is in Nashville with those interviews.
This morning, harrowing new witness accounts of the Nashville school shooting.
My heart almost exploded, you know? Like, oh my God, it's happening here.
Katie Robbins says children and a teacher sprinted across the street and huddled by a gate near her home.
The little boy said, "Help me get inside. Help me get inside. How can I get inside?"
She and a neighbor rushed the group to safety. Actress Melissa Joan Hart also stepping in to help. Hart says she and her husband were driving when they saw kids running.
We helped all these tiny little kids cross the road and get their teachers over there, and we helped a mom reunite with her children.
Let's go!
Body camera video shows the moment police charged into Covenant Elementary School and raced toward the gunfire. Officers Rex Engelbert and Michael Colazzo finding and killing the shooter. Shooter Audrey Hale once attended the school. Police say Hale, who identified as transgender, was under a doctor's care, being treated for an emotional disorder. One of Hale's former basketball teammates shared messages she says Hale sent her the morning of the shooting.
The messages reads, "I'm planning to die today."
Police still aren't defining a specific motive. As the community mourns the loss of 6 people, Evelyn Dickhouse, William Kinney, and Hallie Scruggs, all 9 years old. Substitute teacher Cynthia Peak, Catherine Kuntz, the head of the school, and custodian Mike Hill, who leaves behind 7 children and 14 grandchildren. President Biden says those victims should still be here, pleading for Congress to pass an assault weapons ban.
There's a moral price to pay for inaction.
Police say Hale legally purchased 7 guns, using 3 of them in the attack. Hale's former teammate says she did contact authorities about those messages Hale sent, but that was only minutes before the shooting started. Lindsay Watts, ABC News, Nashville.
A Washington State Senate hearing discussed House Bill 1240, which would ban the import and sales of popular rifles, including the AR-15. Lawmakers discussed 18 amendments, like making exceptions for purchasing threaded barrels and silencers, and providing a 6-month period to get rid of inventory for gun sellers. However, with one amendment being adopted, the bill passed out of the Senate committee.
It's going to damage our small business. They can't get their life and businesses in order. Most small businesses are probably going to go out of business because of their sales or go down.
One thing that's a constant in all of these tragedies is the gun and the easy accessibility of weapons in this country. We know that's part of the problem.
If passed, the bill would ban the sale and manufacture of any assault weapon in Washington. This bill would only apply to new firearms, not existing owners, law enforcement, or the military. The bill still needs to pass on the Senate floor before heading to Governor Inslee's desk. To see a list of the guns affected by this potential ban, find this story on KXLY.com.
And firearms were the leading cause of death among children and adolescents in 2021 for the 2nd year in a row, according to data from the CDC. Firearms surpassed motor vehicle crashes as the leading cause of death for children in 2020. In 2021, more than 4,700 children between the ages of 1 and 19 died from firearms. That's up 9% from the year before. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:08.
We want to check in with Mark, and decent day today. What are you looking at, though?
Early morning rain showers in Moses Lake. It's breaking off through the Tri-Cities. 395 heading into the Tri-Cities. You're going to see some wet roads. None of this is heavy rain, but it's rain nonetheless. We'll have more on when that rain will reach us coming up. Look at that beautiful morning.
Former Vice President Mike Pence will have to testify before the grand jury investigating January 6th. Up next, what he will and won't be compelled to talk about.
And why Ukrainians will hear the voice of Luke Skywalker before Russian air raids.
Stream 4 News now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
No one does Truck Month like Wendell Ford, where our trucks are built Ford tough. F-150, Super Duty, Ranger. Some with bonus cash and interest rates as low as 0%. The best Ford trucks go fast. Wendell at the Y on North Division.
Elite Tire and Suspension is your premier tire and suspension shop. From heavy machinery to your tricked out truck to the family rig, Elite Tire and Suspension can do it all. They have top-notch customer service, the best warranty in town, and easy financing. Their experienced team will keep you on the road with correct tires, suspension, and alignment. They make sure you and your family are safe and happy with the work they perform. Call or click today or stop in anytime. No appointments necessary. Elite Tire and Suspension in Coeur d'Alene and Ponderay.
When a water heater fails, everyone in your home knows instantly. Nothing quite replaces being able to take a hot shower. Luckily, the experts at Mainstream know exactly how to avoid these problems. Contact Mainstream for water heater sales and service today, proudly serving CDA and Spokane.
BCU is just an incredible community partner. We feel very fortunate to have them on board as we try to help families move forward and be stable and successful.
It is so important for both our families and our staff to receive current financial education.
What Eric's doing with his classes is basically giving them the knowledge they're going to need to be financially self-reliant.
This is not a topic that's typically taught in schools, and yet it is the baseline of access to almost everything that we do.
Home. It's both a place and a feeling. At yours, you strive to make new memories, create traditions, share stories, find the fun, embrace the surprises, and celebrate moments big and small. Memories are made at home, in every room, in every moment. Make your house feel like home at the Tin Roof.
Joliet Lewis. Plus, we're trying the best snacks from around the country. Oh my God, that is good. Next, Kelly.
Watch Kelly today at 4 and 4 News Now at 5.
No one does Truck Month like Wendell Ford, where our trucks are built Ford tough. F-150, Super Duty, Ranger, some with bonus cash and interest rates as low as 0%. The best Ford trucks go fast. Wendell at the Y on North Division.
4 News Now is brought to you by Windsor Plywood.
All right, welcome back. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest this morning. A setback for former President Donald Trump in the January 6th investigation.
Former Vice President Mike Pence is responding to a new court ruling compelling him to testify to a grand jury about conversations he had with President Trump leading up to the January 6th attack. The Associated Press reports Pence will not have to answer questions about his actions on January 6th, but he would have to testify about any potential illegal acts committed by Trump. In the meantime, after days of anticipation, still no action from a separate grand jury looking into Trump's hush money payments to Stormy Daniels.
Tens of thousands of demonstrators took the streets across France as protests continue to rage against pension reforms as the nationwide strikes now enter their 11th day. Some protesters hurled objects at the police, including rocks and bottles. Others set fires as French police deployed tear gas amid clashes in Toulouse and Nantes. The next pension reform protests are expected to take place on April 6th.
From now on, when Russia launches missiles on Ukraine, people there will hear Mark Hamill urging them to take cover. The Star Wars actor is lending his voice to a mobile app in Ukraine that issues air raid alerts. Hamill says he admires how Ukraine has shown resilience and wanted to offer his voice to help. When the threat is passed, Hamill signs off, "May the force be with you."
In our 10-second takeaway, it's all about a cool but not cold start, not frosty out there. It'll be a mild day, temperatures into the mid-50s. You'll need a light jacket this morning and sunglasses later on today.
It is now 13 minutes after 6 on the news.
All right, a health trend is concerning doctors across the country. The potentially deadly condition affecting younger people. And if you're worried about it, the test you should ask your doctor to order.
And on this 50th anniversary of the U.S. withdrawal from the Vietnam War, we give you a live look at the Vietnam Veterans Center in Spokane Valley. We'll be back with more Good Morning Northwest after this.
Abukle Women, Beadwork and the Art of Independence, now at the MAC. See stunning paintings and beads made by a community of South African women using skills handed down through generations, working in their own unique style directly from the soul through April 30th.
Hit the ground running in the most adventurous Honda vehicles yet. Like the Pilot and Passport Trail Sport, or the Ridgeline, made more rugged with better off-road performance, and more capable with different driving modes available to conquer snow, mud, and sand. Adventure on in the Honda for you. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
It's college tournament time at Turf Club Sportsbook, where suddenly every game's a big game. And that office pool you're in? Well, so much for that. This is real sports betting that goes beyond the bracket. All in a modern game day setting where you can take home a lot more than some intern's lunch money.
Get off the sidelines and into the action at the all-new Turf Club Sportsbook, the ultimate game changer, only at Northern Quest.
Whoa.
Wait, is that a phone? Look at the performance, the graphics. That thing's a gaming machine. A new challenger, Faker. That man's a gaming legend. Everyone, fasten your seatbelts. And here we go!
Hey, Greens. How's everything going today?
Hey, Robert. We're good. Just checking in on that car loan we applied for.
No worries. Let me pull that up. Yep. Looks like you're approved and all set.
Hey, that's great news.
So, you headed over to the dealership now?
Yep. Just gotta make one stop first. And we got a great rate, too.
University of Utah senior Lauren McCluskey repeatedly asked for help.
It was like getting hit by a baseball bat.
You have a powerful institution.
And you have the audacity to try to cover your ass.
Friday night.
A lot of troubling information was never public until now.
Never before seen surveillance video, exclusive interviews.
I'm sorry I couldn't protect their daughter.
The stunning investigation.
Could Lauren's life have been saved?
Friday at 9/8 Central on ABC.
Danzas de Vida, Dancing with Life, Mexican Mask Exhibition at the MAC. See a selection of over 50 traditional and contemporary dance masks with dance regalia and videos of the artists, dancers, and performances going on now.
4 News Now is brought to you by Foothills Mazda. Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Welcome back. Doctors across the country say they're seeing a concerning trend. Young adults being diagnosed with colon cancer.
What's more concerning, there is no clear reason why. When Andrew Keating was first diagnosed with colon cancer, he says he was in shock, but now says he wants to use his diagnosis for good. Keating served in Afghanistan and believes working near burn pits could have contributed to his cancer at a young age. He says he noticed something was wrong when he felt pain near his liver and was throwing up randomly throughout the day. When his doctor performed a CT scan, he found the stage 4 colon cancer. He says he isn't letting that diagnosis take away from being a father and caring for his family.
I don't take time for granted anymore. You know, it's all the time that I have left here is I'm going to use it to the best of my ability. You know, and so that's going to be spending time with my kids there, doing things that they'll remember there.
You can get screened for this type of cancer with a blood test. Ask your doctor for a CEA blood test. If you have an abnormal amount of CEA, a protein found in the blood, it could be a sign of cancer. And here's a live look at the Vietnam Veterans Center in Spokane Valley. Today marks the 50th anniversary of the end of America's involvement in the Vietnam War. The last U.S. military unit leaving Vietnam, March 29th, 1973.
4 News Now was at the Veterans Center yesterday for a rededication ceremony. Last October, Mark Peterson and the 4 News Now Extreme team helped build that interactive memorial for the veterans. In February, though, thieves broke in and stole commemorative dog tags and vandalized the facility. And this morning, those dog tags are back.
A lot of veterans lost friends, you know, family members and whatever. I think we lost 8 from Eastern.
And Mark, you were there yesterday for this. This has been a very special project for you.
Yeah, spent a couple of hours. The whole idea came out of the Gold Star family organization wanting this to be built. It took us a while then to find the tail section of a Cobra or cool. Any Huey that represented really the Vietnam era. It was the most used machine there. And then to see everybody there sharing stories and smiling.
It's very special.
And those dog tags are more secure now, too. That was a
much
big
more
thing, right?
secure. Stainless steel in there. We hated the fact that we had to do it, but they came up with a great way to do it, and it just adds to that interactive view. The whole point of it is to create conversation and breakthroughs and remembrance of those lost.
It's really beautiful.
So it was a great day. It was a little on the chilly side, but everybody got through it. Let's take a look at what we've got going on today. Oh, and I want to thank Mike over at Ought Not. The golf carts were great for the guys going, I'm not old, but can I get a ride? Okay, so we got 55 degrees today. Wind's going to be less than yesterday. Things are really looking pretty good. Tonight, it is going to be another mild night with temperatures down into the mid-30s, about 37 degrees. Cloudy conditions, though. Wind's going to be light. Now, I want to show you what's going on real quick. The Pacific, it has been the bane of California's existence as another low, and it's a huge low, continuing to make its way in and powerful reloading off the Pacific as it pulls more moisture and then kicks it all the way into the central and southern Rockies. That will happen again today. It'll happen again tomorrow and through the weekend, and this will start to make its way inland. There's another one right behind it. So forecast radar for us, we're going to be on the northern fringe of that energy, and we're going to see the cloud cover with the rain showers, as we've seen already this morning, coming through areas of the West Palouse and making its way up towards Moses Lake. So we've got that going on, and then we're going to start to see some cooler conditions coming down. So let's take a look at the 72-hour forecast. So we're rolling through today, relatively dry, mountain snows in Idaho and Montana. If you're going to be traveling along I-90 going through Missoula over the weekend, you'll find winter driving. There is no doubt about that. So we'll see this continue to be a snow event through Friday morning into the mountains, into eastern Washington, or Montana as this thing kicks out. The next system comes in. That brings in Friday evening rain showers for eastern Washington. That's us. And then we'll see the mountain snows that'll continue not only for Friday, but Saturday and Sunday. Our highs today are going to be above average. I mean, we're going to be nearing 60 in downtown, up into Meade, up into Deer Park, 56, 55, the official high. 58 is as warm as we've gotten so far this year, and it looks like it'll be another couple of weeks before we see another opportunity to get warmer than 58 degrees. So it's going to be cool. We're going to see temperatures in the mid to upper 40s. And it's going to be windy and rainy on Saturday, rain snow mix Sunday morning, and Monday, Tuesday, rain showers. Temperatures in the mid to upper 40s there as well. Sorry, Charlie.
We'll get through it. We will.
It is now 6:22. The Cougs are already into their second week of spring football.
And with their first scrimmage just 3 days away, we'll hear from head coach Jake Dickert and two of his veteran players on what to expect. That's next in sports.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Hi, I'm Randy, owner of Rooter 911 Sewer and Drain.
Sewer and drain cleaning at half the price of the larger competitors. 24/7 service for all of your sewer and drain cleaning needs in Spokane, 535-3136.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning partners with cities to gather the data they need to reduce homelessness. An interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world? That's the new thing. It isn't a tagline. It is Eastern Washington and you. Apply today at ewu.edu.
Transitions works to end poverty and homelessness for women and children in Spokane.
Transitions moves lives forward by providing real change through programs like housing, job training, and safe spaces of welcome, respect, and community.
New America Credit Union is honored to partner with organizations like Transitions as they work to enhance lives, fulfill dreams, and build communities.
Check out more organizations that make our community stronger at numericacu.com.
Do you miss those 2020 stimulus checks you received and wish you had some extra money for some new furniture?
Well, at Walker's Furniture, we want to help you out. Boost your savings and get big discounts store-wide with your Walker's Furniture stimulus check. Just visit a Walker's store near you or download your checks online and cash in on the savings. Plus, with no money down, no minimum purchase, and special 5 years financing.
You can get that new furniture you've been wanting and save your cash this week at Walker's.
We are Heritage Funeral and Cremation. When you need us, we'll be here.
We are committed to serving your family as we would our own.
With respect, love, and compassion. Heritage is part of a local, community-owned association.
With roots going back to 1888.
And a dedication to inland Northwest families.
That we support by giving back to over 15 community organizations annually.
We're here
when you need us most.
Weather Alert Days on 4 News Now.
That means weather that could be a threat to your family's safety.
The First Alert Weather Team pinpoints the most impactful and dangerous days, warning you early, on air and online. Weather Alert Days, another way we're keeping you safe on 4 News Now.
Welcome back. Washington State football opens the season in September, but the players are getting a head start in spring practice.
Sports director Julian Minnesone has the latest from Pullman.
The second week of spring practice is underway for Washington State football. They're getting ready for their spring scrimmage on Saturday. Think about it as the first dress rehearsal before the spring game. Mistakes will be made, but the team says it's how they bounce back from those that'll tell a lot about this group.
I want to see how guys respond. I mean, body language, how we communicate with each other. There's no winners and losers in spring ball. The Cougs win.
If you were to pick winners, it'd be the Cougars defense. They've had the advantage over the offense in practice so far, but that's expected in spring ball.
Just keeping high energy and real, just like getting to the ball, that's real important to us. So effort is an option on this team, so I feel like that's the main focus.
The team also continues to install its new offensive playbook, led by their 27-year-old offensive coordinator, Ben Arbuckle.
I think it's just nice to pick a guy's brain who's really not that much older than you, and it kind of just shows on the field. You're not tensed up about having an old school type of way. He's kind of just go with the flow, but I love it, man. He has that young energy, and it trickles down to all of us, and we just want to make him proud and make plays.
The Cougs will have a chance to do that in their first spring scrimmage on Saturday.
When you get to this 4 and 5, the second week install, second day in pads, sometimes young guys start to bog down a little bit. We got to push through that.
Washington State's spring game is scheduled for April 22nd, right here in Pullman. In Pullman, Julian Minnesone, 4 News Now Sports.
And I'll be on the radio broadcast for that Crimson and Gray game on the 22nd. Looking forward to it. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:26.
As we go to a break, here's your first look at what's coming up on Good Morning America at 7 o'clock.
In this morning's GMA First Look, Royal Tabloid Showdown. The Prince, along with 6 other high-profile figures like Elton John and husband David Furnish and actress Elizabeth Hurley, accusing Associated Newspapers of unlawfully gathering information on them. They claim private investigators bugged their phones, homes, and cars, paid off police officials for sensitive information, and impersonated individuals to get banking and medical records. Prince Harry says he only became aware of the privacy intrusions in the last few years, explaining in his witness statement, "I am bringing this claim because I love my country, and I remain deeply concerned by the unchecked power, influence, and criminality of Associated." And we'll have the very latest live from the UK coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Choosing a treatment for your chronic migraine, 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more, can be overwhelming. So ask your doctor about Botox. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine before they even start. It's the #1 prescribed branded chronic migraine treatment. So far, more than 5 million Botox treatments have been given to over 850,000 chronic migraine patients.
Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
In a survey, 92% of current users said they wish they talked to their doctor and started Botox sooner. So ask your doctor if Botox is right for you. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Botox.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
More Americans choose ABC News, America's #1 news source.
This is it. The RV sales event of the year is happening now at Click It RV in Spokane. During the I Want to Getaway sales event, get a trip to Vegas on us. Choose from the best brands, Coachman, Winnebago, Thor, and more. Payments just $175 per month. 0 down, 0 payments until June, and $4,000 over JD Power for your trade-in. Don't let these deals get away. 6 days only. March 23rd through the 28th. The I Want to Getaway event at Click It RV in Spokane. Hurry in today.
Join us for jackpots, food, and fun at Chewelah Casino. The more you play, the more entries you can earn in our Mo Money prize drawings, totaling over $18,000 in prizes and cash. That's right, 2 nights of grand prize drawings, April 15th and April 29th, starting at 6 p.m. Sun Club players could win grand prize bundles, including a riding lawnmower, leaf blower, weed whacker, and a self-propelled lawnmower. Learn more at ChewelahCasino.com.
We know vaccines, immunizations, and boosters save lives. They nearly eradicated polio, protected our infants from chickenpox and measles, and kept our kids safe from whooping cough and meningitis. The best way to keep your family safe from these viruses is to stay informed about when to get vaccinated. If you have questions about vaccinations, like COVID-19 or the flu, talk with your healthcare provider today. Learn more at askyourprovider.org.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
4 News Now Story Tracker taking a look at some of the big stories across the border and here at home.
This morning, Spokane police are looking for whoever shot and killed a man in West Spokane. Police say the shooting happened yesterday afternoon at the Sisters Haven Apartments on North Holy Names Court. That's near Spokane Falls Community College. SPD says the shooting does not appear to be random. We will continue following this story. Be sure to check for updates right here and throughout the day on KXLY.com.
Migrants and activists held a vigil outside the offices of the Mexican National Migration Institute in the border city of Ciudad Juarez, mourning the 40 people killed there in a fire Monday night. The fire was started by some of the people who were detained, who were protesting their imminent deportation. The fire, one of the deadliest migrant tragedies in years, occurred as the U.S. and Mexico were battling to cope with record levels of crossings at their shared border.
And breaking news this morning, the FDA has approved selling Narcan without a prescription, setting the overdose reversing drug on course to become the first opioid treatment drug to be sold over the counter. It's a move advocates have long fought for as a way to improve access to a life-saving drug. The FDA says Narcan will become available over the counter by late summer. Good morning, Northwest. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Derek Dice. It is Wednesday, March the 29th. Mark Peterson standing by with a look at that first alert forecast, and enjoy this nice weather while you can.
Exactly. In fact, let's take a look at the 4 things you need to know. Going to be sun and clouds today. It's going to be a dry day here. Less wind, breezy into the afternoon, but not as windy as yesterday. High's going to be in the mid 50s today, low 50s tomorrow, but a cool, wet weekend is on tap. We'll have the details on that. Right now, 36 degrees in Spokane. That light wind making it feel like 31. Still not horrible. Temperatures around the region. In Spirit Lake, you're at 37, 36 into Deer Park, 37 into Spangle. Head into the West Plains, temperatures in the mid-30s there. We will see things warm up today as we look at our forecast radar. We're going to stay with some sun and clouds. We're right on that northern fringe. We do have this energy that's coming in, Pomeroy, Pullman, Ritzville. They're all going to pick up some scattered showers today. In fact, could and already has hit Moses Lake this morning. Could be just cloud cover for the rest of the day. Over the next 12 hours, you can plan on partly cloudy conditions. Temperatures nearing 50 by noon, and by the afternoon, our high today about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 55 degrees.
All right, Mark, thank you. As a heartbroken Nashville community grapples with the mass shooting that claimed the lives of 3 9-year-old children and 3 adults at a private Christian school, police are uncovering more details about the 28-year-old shooter.
And the rash of recent gun violence, including Monday's deadly shooting, has some lawmakers calling for gun control yet again. Sydney Charles is live at the Breaking Now desk with our story.
This morning, a community united in their grief. Neighbors, friends, and family mourning the 3 children and 3 adults killed at the Covenant School in Nashville. That's what you're seeing right on your screen there, including the head of the school, Catherine Kuntz. The governor of Tennessee sharing in their grief.
What happened at Covenant School was a tragedy beyond comprehension.
The attack unfolded over 14 minutes Monday morning. Body cameras reveal police running towards the sound of gunfire without hesitation. As police continue to uncover more about the shooter, identified as Audrey Hale, a former student there, the motive remains unclear. We do know that minutes before the rampage, a childhood friend of the shooter says she got an Instagram message from the shooter that Hale was planning to die that day. We also now know that police say Hale was under a doctor's care being treated for an emotional disorder. Including the Nashville shooting, there's been at least 130 mass shootings in the U.S. this year, according to data from the Gun Violence Archive. President Joe Biden wants Congress to work on an assault weapons ban. However, Republicans are in charge of the House, and there's little to no support for weapon restrictions, which some say infringes on constitutional rights. And tonight, the city of Nashville is scheduled to hold a vigil to remember the victims of that Covenant School shooting. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
Your kids may have seen or heard about the school shooting in Nashville.
Talking to your children about what they've seen or heard might not be easy, but some health experts say it is necessary.
We don't want to leave them alone to figure this out. We want to be right there with them.
Licensed therapist Jody Baumstein says it's common for parents to be nervous about a conversation on tragedy. She says you can start by asking an open-ended question about how they feel or what questions they may have. Parents can give comfort and reassurance by just being there for their children. Baumstein says it's important not to lie.
We can't tell them that something like this will never happen in their community or in their school, but we can validate their feelings that it is scary.
The conversation could also stress kids out because they may not have the words to explain what they're feeling, or they won't be ready to talk about it. The therapist says they can release their emotion through other means, whether it's something like movement or even art. She says there are many ways to express that emotion without just talking about it.
More than 100 guns, 11 kilos of fentanyl, and 230 pounds of methamphetamine were seized in what state and federal officials say is part of a Washington Aryan prison gang drug trafficking bust. 27 people have been indicted for drug trafficking in Washington and other states. The alleged leader is believed to be a member of a white supremacy gang active in Washington prisons called the Aryan Family. Local, state, and federal officials seized massive amounts of drugs, guns, and money last Wednesday in a multi-state takedown.
Approximately 1.9 million doses of fentanyl and more than 230 pounds of methamphetamine.
The DEA says that's enough fentanyl to kill everyone in Seattle and Tacoma and poison an additional 500,000 people. Tacoma's police chief says this kind of collaboration with federal authorities is vital in combating crime.
A federal judge in Spokane is now considering whether to lift restrictions on an abortion pill. Judge Thomas Rice heard from State Attorney General Bob Ferguson on access to the pill mifepristone. That pill, taken before another drug as a combination, ends a pregnancy before 10 weeks. According to Attorney General Ferguson, the FDA has approved about 20,000 drugs with no restrictions. Only about 60 drugs are restricted, like this abortion pill.
Ones that have restrictions are things like fentanyl, drugs that are highly dangerous. Mifepristone is not. It's been around for years. It's safe as Tylenol, and we think those restrictions are unlawful and need to be removed. So frankly, women have greater access to this important medication.
Washington and 10 other states are part of this lawsuit to lift those restrictions and make the drug more accessible. More than half of all abortions in Washington are medication-based abortions. Right now, Texas is fighting to get a nationwide ban on the pill. The FDA is defending the current restrictions. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:37.
Mark is back, taking a look at what you can expect if you're hitting the road today.
Waking up in Newport, Old Town, into Sam. Gorgeous, beautiful. That's why we live in the Pacific Northwest. We have some sunshine, a little blue sky. Seeing a little cloud cover to the north. We'll have a little bit more here, and it's going to be rain into the blue. So look at this beautiful sunrise. We're going to have a full check of your forecast coming up.
And would you eat a woolly mammoth meatball? How one startup company is hoping to use the extinct animal as a future food source, kind of. When Good Morning Northwest continues.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Transitions works to end poverty and homelessness for women and children in Spokane.
Transitions moves lives forward by providing real change through programs like housing, job training, and safe spaces of welcome, respect, and community.
Numerica Credit Union is honored to partner with organizations like Transitions as they work to enhance lives, fulfill dreams, and build communities.
Check out more organizations that make our community stronger at numericacu.com.
We celebrate our 28th anniversary the same way any self-respecting casino would, by giving you a shot at $28,000. Qualify all month long with hot spins and super spins for your shot at the cash on April 1st. Anniversary specials for midweek rooms at the Kootenai Falls Lodge are just $59 or $89 for Riverview rooms. Grab some anniversary cash at the Kootenai Casino and book your March getaway. Call 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
At Gold Seal Plumbing, we're always looking at better ways to solve plumbing issues in your home. That's why we use the latest technology in sewer line repair called trenchless sewer repair. We can replace your current sewer line without digging up your entire yard. With just a couple of holes in the ground, we can pull new sewer pipe from the main line right into your house with minimal disruption to your lawn and your wallet. So if you need your sewer line repaired or replaced, call the best. Call Gold Seal Plumbing. We're on our way.
Rising over 6,000 feet above the Montana-Idaho border is Eagle Peak, the mountain-sized new addition to Lookout Pass. Ski over 500 new acres, down 14 new advanced and intermediate runs, then go back up on our second quad lift. All covered in our legendary Lookout Pass powder. So get to Lookout and ski the Eagle. Buy a 23-24 season pass and ski free the rest of this season.
Use me to take a bite out of food waste and help the environment.
How'd you do that?
Well, give me yard waste, food scraps, heck, even your food soiled paper like pizza boxes, paper towels, and coffee filters. I'll take it to be composted and returned to the soil.
And we'll still be here for the rest.
Learn more at SpokaneCountySolidWaste.org.
It's now 6:40. There is a consumer alert here in the Inland Northwest. The Post Falls Police Department is saying, look out for credit card skimmers next time you go shopping. Police found this skimmer on top of a credit card terminal at a convenience store in Post Falls. The department says the skimmer collects credit card data when the card is swiped and collects the PIN number, but it cannot collect information from chip transactions or contactless payment. Police are asking businesses and cashiers to watch out for these devices. And if you need to use a card, police say, wiggle the point-of-sale terminal. If it gives way, it could be an overlay skimmer.
All right, our 10-second takeaway on a Wednesday morning. Cool. Then it's going to be mild this afternoon, looking really good. However, you're still going to need a light jacket. Let me pronounce it all that. Sunglasses at the ready, 55 the high today.
Well, a team of Australian engineers have built a small robot that can be used to 3D print biomaterials directly inside the human body. It'll be used to repair internal harm like organ and tissue damage. The living cells in the biomaterial means that it can fuse with the body and continue to grow even after surgery. The device can also be altered to act as a scalpel or a water jet to remove tumors and clean lesions before bioprinting directly onto the wound to speed up healing. The team believes this device could be in hospitals in the next 5 to 7 years. Amazing. An Australian food startup has created a meatball made with DNA from a long extinct mammoth. Woolly mammoths are thought to have gone extinct about 5,000 years ago, but their frozen carcasses have been found so well preserved that scientists could sequence the animal's DNA. The Australian cultured meat startup Vow used some of that information to grow an approximation of mammoth meat in a lab. The project's goal is to raise awareness of cultured meat to make eating habits more planet-friendly. But for now, the mammoth meatball isn't meant for human consumption. I think if you're making mammoth meatballs too, right? They can't be like regular meatball size. They need to be like huge.
Mammoth. Well, obviously.
Exactly.
It's now 6:43.
All right, Mark's full forecast is coming up right after the break. Don't go away.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Shopko Optical welcomes more insurance plans than ever. Call to book an exam and verify coverage.
University of Utah senior Lauren McCluskey repeatedly asked for help.
These parents lost our kid.
I was totally shocked. It was like getting hit by a baseball bat.
You have a powerful institution that is trying to protect his image.
You have the audacity to try to cover your ass.
A lot of troubling information was never public until now.
Friday night.
He was lying to her, and he's actually a sexual offender.
Never before seen surveillance video, documents, and photographs.
The justice system failed her in so many different ways.
Exclusive interviews.
It's just really a betrayal of trust.
I'm sorry I couldn't protect their daughter.
The stunning investigation.
Were warning signs missed? Could Lauren's life have been saved?
Friday at 9, 8 Central on ABC.
Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning is your family-owned and operated #1 HVAC contractor in the Northwest. Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning would like to introduce our own carbon reduction program. Buy a new energy-efficient furnace from Bill's Heating and receive a heat pump with installation absolutely free. No hidden fees, no conditions, no exceptions. Buy a furnace, get a free heat pump from Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call today for estimates and repairs.
Transitions works to end poverty and homelessness for women and children in Spokane.
Transitions moves lives forward by providing real change through programs like housing, job training, and safe spaces of welcome, respect, and community.
New America Credit Union is honored to partner with organizations like Transitions as they work to enhance lives, fulfill dreams, and build communities.
Check out more organizations that make our community stronger at numericacu.com.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Schedule your comprehensive eye exam at shopko.com or bring in your outside prescription.
4 News Now is brought to you by Chawila Casino.
All right, welcome back. We are just 30 days away from the NFL draft, and many local players are hoping to hear their names called.
Yeah, we already know one player out of Washington State who will be selected early on. Alex Crescenti reports from the Cougars Pro Day in Pullman.
23 of the 32 NFL teams were represented here in Pullman for Washington State's Pro Day. One last chance for the players to show what they've got before the draft. Now, the headliner on the day was easily linebacker Deion Henley. He is projected to go anywhere between the 2nd and 3rd round. Many of the scouts had their eyes on him throughout the afternoon, but there were around a dozen other former players between Washington State and Eastern Washington trying to show off their skills one last time before names start getting selected.
In this part of the process, you're really trying to keep your head on straight, stay focused in what you have to do, take everything day by day, and not think too much about that draft day. Even though I know exactly when it's coming, we only a day less than a month out. But right now, I know that the scouts, they want me to stay healthy. Through this process, stay healthy, and that's what I've been focusing on and making sure I do everything 100%.
It's definitely a lot of anticipation. Definitely a lot of nerves. But it's just how well you can control it and, use it to your advantage.
Now, there are only 259 names that will get selected in the upcoming 2023 NFL Draft, but we can expect some of the players that we saw here today to get invites to different rookie camps throughout the year. Reporting in Pullman today, I'm Alex Crescenti, 4 News Now Sports.
All right, hope those scouts came away impressed. This is a live look at the Vietnam Veterans Memorial at Riverfront Park.
Yeah, and this being the 50th anniversary of the withdrawal of U.S. troops from Vietnam. So March 29th, 1973.
There you go. All right, and Mark, we're talking about some other numbers, including snow totals.
So it was in September, October, we were talking about La Nina and the influence, wetter and colder than normal.
Right.
And this winter has lived up to that. So we look right now, we're above 59 inches, almost 60, and the yearly average is 45 inches. Again, we, as Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker talked about last night, front-loaded this winter into November and December. We haven't had that much this year, but when we look at April, on average, get about an inch, and we could see some of that. In 2022, we picked up over 2 inches, would take us over the 60-inch mark, so we'll see what happens. Let's look at the forecasted snow, because we do have snow in the forecast, but not for the lower elevations, not just yet. So we look at this through Thursday and into Friday, and we're expecting this to really be a mountain event. Colder temperatures above 3,000 feet, and we're going to see several inches into Idaho and Montana. We could see 5 inches into Missoula. So they're getting a heavy dose of winter. For us, not so much. Maybe a little rain, snow mixed over the weekend. Today, it's going to be 55, mild weather, beautiful. Tonight, temperatures down to 37. Winds are going to be light. Have this huge low that is off the Pacific. You see that counterclockwise rotation that goes all the way out, and it's pulling in this moisture and distributing it really into the mountains and on the coastal regions of California and Oregon, where they're having flooding issues. We look inland, and we're going to see this energy come up through parts of the west side of the LC Valley, the Palouse, making its way towards Moses Lake. Moses Lake already picked up a couple light showers this morning, but it looks like it will dry out and just remain cloudy. We look at the 72-hour forecast, so we get through our day today with those mountain snows into Montana, Idaho, parts of Wyoming. Now this next system comes ashore. This is the one that's going to be the rainmaker for Friday night and into Saturday for us, and it's still going to have warmer temperatures, and then it's going to continue to slide with still mountain snows into Idaho and Montana. Today, very mild, mid to upper 50s all over the place, officially looking at 55 degrees. Tomorrow, cooler, 51, cloudy. The evening rain, and then windy and rainy on Saturday, and a rain-snow mix possible Sunday, even Monday and Tuesday. Thanks for watching. Your morning sprint is coming up.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Jacobs Custom Living.
ABC's World News Tonight.
And 4 News Now.
When the local story is national news.
When national stories hit home. Watch ABC World News Tonight at 5:30.
And 4 News Now at 6. That's what we mean when we say expect more.
Bring them on. If only there was a place in the morning to start my day. With a smile, somewhere to help me get in the know. A place as spectacular as, well, me.
I think we might know a place, right, guys?
Bring your friends. Oh, wait, there is.
Good morning, America.
GMA, 7A, every day. Boom, boom, boom. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, Robin. Good morning, America. How are you?
Boom. Now that's how you start your day, people.
Right now, lease a 2022 GMC Sierra for $490 a month, and GE will include a $750 rebate and a $1,500 lease loyalty rebate for qualified buyers. The all-wheel drive Sierra features a 310-horsepower high-output engine, best-in-class crew cab, cutting-edge technology, and much more. Come see the selection of new Sierras just off I-90 at George G. Buick GMC, the top volume GMC Buick dealer in Washington State.
Sweet pillows of softness.
This is soft.
Holy Charmin.
Excuse me.
Roll it back, everybody. Charmin Ultra Soft is so cushiony soft, you'll want more, but it's so absorbent, you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
Want luxury hair repair that doesn't cost $50? Pantene's Pro Vitamin Formula repairs hair, as well as the leading luxury bonding treatment for softness and resilience without the price tag. If you know it's Pantene.
This is it. The RV sales event of the year is happening now at Click It RV in Spokane. During the I Want to Getaway sales event, get a trip to Vegas on us. Choose from the best brands, Coachman, Winnebago, Thor, and more. Payments just $175 per month. 0 down, 0 payments until June, and $4,000 over JD Power for your trade-in. Don't let these deals get away. 6 days only. March 23rd through the 28th. The I Want to Getaway event at Click It RV in Spokane. Hurry in today.
92.9 CCU. CCU.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now. This Good Morning Northwest Morning Sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
It's 6:53. We're giving you everything you need to know for your Wednesday here in the Morning Sprint.
Today will be sunny and mild, but Mark is telling us about some rain moving our way.
But police are looking for the person who shot and killed a man in a West Spokane apartment complex yesterday.
Let's get to City Charles with the details.
SPD says this shooting was not random, and police do have a person of interest in this case, but they have yet to release a description. It happened here at the Sisters Haven apartments yesterday afternoon near the Spokane Falls Community College. Spokane police officer Jacqueline Valencia says when officers arrived at the scene, they found a man dead inside an apartment who'd been shot. The Spokane Police Department's Major Crimes Unit is still investigating this morning. We'll be sure to update you when we get more information on KXLY.com.
Several organizations are calling for Spokane Police Chief Craig Meidl's resignation, signing a letter accusing him of giving a group of business and commercial property owners preferential treatment. Now, Chief Meidl is giving 4 News Now his side of the story. He says the group of business owners came to him because they were fed up with crime downtown. He says he communicated with them about the issues the department was working on in that area and letting them know what tools they need and information about suspects. It's the same treatment he says was requested from several other organizations. At Spokane City Council meeting on Monday night, SCAR and some of those organizations urged the City Council to use its subpoena power to investigate Meidl's use of political power.
More than 100 guns, 11 kilos of fentanyl, and 230 pounds of methamphetamine were seized in what state and federal officials say is part of a Washington Aryan prison gang drug trafficking bust. 27 people have been indicted for drug trafficking in Washington and other states. The alleged leader is believed to be a member of a white supremacy gang active in Washington prisons called the Aryan Family. Local, state, and federal officials seized massive amounts of drugs, guns, and money last Wednesday in a multi-state takedown.
A federal judge in Spokane is now considering whether to lift restrictions on an abortion pill. Judge Thomas Rice heard from State Attorney General Bob Ferguson on access to the pill mifepristone. That pill, taken before another drug as a combination, ends a pregnancy before 10 weeks. According to Attorney General Ferguson, the FDA has approved about 20,000 drugs with no restrictions. Only about 60 drugs are actually restricted, like this abortion pill. Washington and 10 other states are part of this lawsuit to make the drug more accessible.
As you're waking up this morning in our First Alert weather, and that First Alert weather app, by the way, free and available. We have temperatures that are freezing into the valley, but into the mid-30s elsewhere, looking pretty good. The forecast radar really talking about just some sun and clouds coming through the area. If you need to find rain or snow into the higher elevations, you're going to head south into parts of Idaho and into the western side of the Palouse Central Basin as well. We look at what we can expect for the next 12 hours. It's going to be variable clouds, partly cloudy at times. Our high today, though, a mild 55 degrees.
We are learning more about Audrey Hale, who police say killed 6 people at a Nashville elementary school Monday. The attack unfolded over 14 minutes. Body cameras reveal police running toward the sound of gunfire without hesitation. As police continue to uncover more about the shooter, a former student, the motive remains unclear. We do know that minutes before the rampage, a childhood friend of the shooter says she got an Instagram message from Hale that Hale was planning to die that day. Police also say Hale was being treated for an emotional disorder. The coverage of the deadly school shooting continues next on Good Morning America.
Firearms were the leading cause of death among children and adolescents in 2021 for the second year in a row, according to data from the CDC. Firearms surpassed motor vehicle crashes as the leading cause of death for children in 2020. In 2021, more than 4,700 children between the ages of 1 and 19 died from firearms.
A Washington State Senate hearing discussed House Bill 1240, which would ban the import and sales of popular rifles, including the AR-15. If passed, the bill would ban the sale and manufacture of any assault weapon in Washington. This bill would only apply to new firearms, not existing owners, law enforcement, or the military. The bill still needs to pass on the Senate floor before heading to the governor's desk.
A setback for former President Donald Trump in the January 6th investigation. Former Vice President Mike Pence is responding to a new court ruling compelling him to testify to a grand jury about conversations he had with President Trump leading up to the January 6th attack. The Associated Press reports Pence will not have to answer questions about his actions on January 6th, but he would have to testify about any potential illegal acts committed by Trump. All right, we'll have that final check of weather with Mark coming up right after this break.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
If your checking account isn't earning you money, it's time to switch to bonus checking from Numerica. The account that earns an incredible 2% annual percentage yield. That could earn you up to $500 every year or more.
Join us for jackpots, food, and fun at Chewelah Casino. The more you play, the more entries you can earn in our Mo Money prize drawings, totaling over $18,000 in prizes and cash. That's right, 2 nights of grand prize drawings, April 15th and April 29th, starting at 6 p.m. Sun Club players could win grand prize bundles, including a riding lawnmower, leaf blower, weed whacker, and a self-propelled lawnmower. Learn more at ChewelahCasino.com.
Asking the right question can greatly impact your future.
Are you qualified to do this?
What? Especially when it comes to your finances.
Are you a certified financial planner?
I'm a CFP professional.
CFP professionals are committed to acting in your best interest. That's why it's gotta be a CFP.
Good morning, everybody. Taking a live look now at Riverfront Park. Of course, it's been refurbished. The Vietnam Veterans Memorial there was refurbished a couple of years ago, again, to coincide with that park opening, and it's gorgeous if you'd like to walk through the park. Today would be the day. Sunny, 55 degrees. Winds are going to be light. Light jacket may be needed. Overnight lows at 37. Another dry day tomorrow, 51. Still have leaves in your yard? Of course you do. Today and tomorrow, maybe even into Friday, but over the weekend, everything's going to get wet. Temperatures into the mid to upper 40s with maybe a mix of rain and snow Sunday or Monday.
How did you know I still have leaves in my yard?
Because he does too.
Yeah.
That's why. All right, thanks for being with us. We'll have updates throughout GMA.